Hello guys, today I'm going to teach you how to create these realistic stickers in Photoshop. I will teach you how to generate the needed textures and how to achieve this cool look. As always, the project files will be down in the description or the first pinned comment. Check out my Gumroad store, and without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first thing we're going to do is create a new file. So go to File, New, pick the resolution you like. I'm going to do 2560 by 1440, and that's it. You can leave all the settings the same. I will import the background first. You don't need to use a background at all. You can do black, white, any color you like, but I'm gonna use a concrete texture just to make it look a bit more cooler. Now you need to drag in your sticker design. So I have this one right here. I'm gonna center it and scale it up a bit. And the first thing we're gonna do is add a drop shadow to it. We're gonna double click on the layer, drop shadow, and now we're gonna adjust these settings here. Essentially, we're just trying to create a really tiny shadow around the edge here, because stickers don't even create any shadow in real life, maybe a really small one, so that's what we are going to replicate. Just at a really small distance, so something like 2 or 3 or 4 pixels. I'll put it at 3. Size also really small, because no need for it to be this big. Just make it really small so we have this line around the edge and you get that subtle shadow around these two edges. After that, we're gonna add some outer glow just to get some shadow on top here as well, but we're gonna make it even more subtle. So try to bring the opacity a bit more up here. Size also small, spread 0, range you can leave all of these the same. But just to get a subtle shadow, you can barely notice the difference, but it gives to the effect a bit. After we added those two shadows, or shadow and outer glow, we will go to Filter, Camera Raw Filter, and I will add some grain in here. You can also do a noise layer or something like that, but we're gonna mix it all up. I'm gonna add grain and also noise after, but first let's add some grain here. Something like 15 works, just a subtle texture. Yeah, this should work. We can proceed and click OK. Now we need to generate a sticker texture that we are gonna overlay over it, and we are gonna use ChatGPT for that, so let's get right into it. Once you are in ChatGPT or any other image generation software, you're gonna prompt it to create an overlay, something like this. So generate a sticker texture that you can overlay on top of your designs to make stickers look realistic. It needs to make them scratched, peeled, folded, no shine needed, because we're gonna do our own shine later on. Also, don't make it transparent. Sometimes ChatGPT gives you a transparent file and we don't want that. We will change the blending mode ourselves. Yeah, I also said that right here. Also, we can use it as a displacement map, and I'm gonna show you that as well. And this is what we got. I like this already and this works, but I just wanted to refine it a bit more so it removes these edges, and that's what I asked him. So don't make it look like a sticker, just flat texture on all sides of the generation. And yeah, we got that, but this looked a bit too flat for me. I wanted more like crumples and make it more destroyed and textured, and that's what I asked him, and he gave me this. And now this has too much depth, honestly. Stickers don't look like that on walls, so I asked him to refine it even more. And okay, that is too much, less crumples, maybe 1 or 2 folds over the whole texture, and we ended up with this. This already works, but in a chat before I got something else that I'm gonna show you right now. So this is what I got from ChatGPT. I'm gonna use this for the tutorial. So first thing I'm gonna do, once you import it into Photoshop, you're gonna do Filter, Blur, and go Gaussian Blur, and you're gonna do something like 4, let's say 4, and click OK. And after that, you're gonna save it as a PSD somewhere on your computer. I'm gonna save it to desktop and just call it displacement map or something, and make sure the format is PSD, so Photoshop file, and save it. So back to the sticker. First thing we're gonna do is drop a PNG texture that we just generated on top of it. So now we are gonna scale it up over the whole sticker. We're gonna make a clipping mask right here. You can also rasterize the layers since we don't need it to be a smart object. And we are gonna do image adjustments, invert, and we are gonna go image adjustment, brightness and contrast, just to make it more contrasted and darker a bit. And after that, we're gonna go blending mode and change it to difference, and here we can adjust the opacity to make it a bit lower, so let's say 60. And once you have this right here, we're gonna do a new layer, make it fully black, clipping mask it, call it noise, and now we are gonna add some noise or pointillization depending on what you like. It's all the same thing basically, grain, noise, pointillization, all works in the same way. So go to pixelate, pointillize, and we're gonna make the cell size really small, so the lowest it can go it's 3, and just make it screen. So go to blending mode and make it screen, and lower the opacity to something like 10% maybe. I think that works. Of course, noise, grain and pointillization give different results, but they all give you that subtle texture on top of the sticker. You can go even lower on this, maybe like 6. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at 6. The next thing we're gonna do is make a new black layer, so fill the screen with black, clipping mask it and call it shine. What we are gonna do here is use a white brush on top of this layer, and we're gonna make a couple white strokes for the shine. So you can do smaller a bit like this, and you can do a couple, totally depends on you. I'm gonna do it like this, I like this. And after that you're gonna go filter gallery. So once you're inside, you're gonna go under distort and you're gonna click ocean ripple, and you're gonna mess around with these settings. Basically, if all the settings are at the lowest, it's all smooth like we have it, but you wanna add some texture to the shine as well. So we're gonna increase the ripple size and the magnitude a bit, just to add some swirls around the edges. And this works. Once you're done, click OK. And now you're gonna go blending mode, screen once again. And now you're gonna decrease the opacity, so let's say something around 20. And yeah, this should work already, but you can mess around, you can put 10, 30, totally depends on you and what you like, but 20 works for me, and you can mess around with the position as well. Bonus step you can do right now is add a displacement map that we created, so the PSD that you saved, the texture that you added blur to, you are gonna use that right now. So let's go to filter, distort and displace. Let's put 10 and 10 here, leave all of the settings the same, click OK. Select the displacement map that you saved, and there you go. It adds a subtle curvature to the edges, so it looks like the sticker is a bit crumpled, and that's it. Gives it an even more realistic look. And yeah, that's basically it for the sticker. I'll just show you how to change it up if you want a new sticker in here. So just go inside of the smart object right here, paste your sticker inside, scale it down, or you don't need to scale it down, you can just crop the project to the size of the sticker and delete the old one, and make sure to save this. You can close it out, and there you go, that's your sticker here. You're gonna have this mockup down in the description on my Gumroad. Check out my other products as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.